Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super not funny show reviews. And today we're going to be reviewing episodes 4, 5, and 6 of The Legend of Vox Machina, coming to you from Amazon Prime Video. So, was it good? Was it bad? And should you be watching? The Legend of Vox Machina. My gosh. You know what? Lottie, I'm not kidding. I woke up this morning. I was going to watch it before going to work. I was like, oh, cool, episode 4. And then they dropped 4, 5, and 6. And I felt like it was Christmas, man. I felt like it was Christmas. I was like, what happened? The nerd Santa rolled through here and just, dropped this bounty into my lap.
Yeah,
It
you
was
know when you
amazing.
text me that, like this morning I was waking up, I checked my text message, you're like, episode 4, 5, and 6 are up on Amazon Prime. I was like, I had to wipe the crust out of my eyes, and I saw it, I was like, yeah.
that whole, I'm gonna tell you, that entire vibe, that's the hell yeah vibe was it for the entire 3 episodes.
Oh yeah.
And this is a lot. It's a lot to get through. This, it's an hour, legit hours worth of viewing time, but it's totally worth it. We are entering, I would assume, the third, the second act or whatever of
Yeah,
the
the
show.
second, like you know how we do in the campaign books. What is
Yeah,
it, like the second act? Like you said, the second act of the big campaign.
yeah. This is almost literally like if you were going through, either a 1 through a 1 through 20 campaign, or somebody's custom campaign. This will be, you've finished the first book, now the first part, and now you're into the second part, and you saw that everything sort of shifted gears a little bit. Now we're getting to learn more. This is you were playing on the tabletop, this is where your dungeon master would be making you fill in the history of your character and start tying it all into what's going on. I mean, this is,
Yeah.
and it really is taking place here is, from the third episode where, the what's the name, the Blackwoods, have basically gone back and they're chasing, the Vox Machina is chasing them down, trying to find, you know, trying to basically get back to them because they killed a bunch of people and everything like that to clear their own names. The fourth episode, Shadows at the Gates, was really, Vox Machina being under house arrest, and while they're there, they get they've taken something from Delilah, Lady Blackwood, and what she does about it, and let's talk about this one real quick. Holy man, my God, that whole little thing with those, I don't know if those are wraiths or what the hell they were. I don't know the bestiary term for them.
I
But
want to say they're
yeah,
wraiths because wraiths, when they do touch you, they fuck you up.
yeah, it's like you could. I love that they are showing what we've only ever kind of imagined while we're playing the game
Imagine.
of
Yeah.
negative energy, like negative energy being applied to living beings, and it's just amazing. Like, it tells you so much about how strong of an opponent the Blackwoods are, and the Delilah is. Apparently a very
A
highly
necromancer.
skilled necromancer. It was just so great. I don't know, bloody. I mean, the violence and everything in here, but also the true to D&D action. It was just crazy.
Yeah, because this episode like really reminded me of like the campaign that we played. Like the first act was like that. Oh, okay, we just beat the shit out of everything, and then it turned to a darker like stance towards the end of the first, and then we get into the second act, and we just can't beat shit up because we're fighting like undead. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
actually need some positive energy type shit. And that's where I was just like. I'm watching it and I'm just like, they're like, oh, we can't hit it. And I'm like, yeah, you don't got a weapon with ghost touch,
You don't
or you
have
don't
you,
have
you
like
don't
a
have any,
holy
yeah, you
weapon.
don't have anything that's blessed, and that's that was a big story item within here. How the cleric just is not, is something's wrong with her faith or whatever, that she's where
Hmm.
she's not able to, like, draw on the power of her what's it called, the endless or something like that. Um,
Yeah, the endless light or
yeah, something
something.
like that.
The
Everlight. There we go.
Everlight, yeah.
Let's get it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's unable. Pike. She's unable to draw on the sword, and a cleric that's not connected to her deity is useless.
It's useless.
That's
It's
just
useless unless the only way that they could be somewhat better, which she clearly isn't, is like a battle cleric that can at least pick up
yeah.
a hammer and
I
thing.
mean,
They might not do much, but
isn't
at
she,
least they can
and
defend
she's a
themselves.
halfling, so you'd never have a halfling battle
Yeah, yeah, have
cleric.
yeah. She's literally just a healing cleric that's
Yeah.
supposed to do stuff, and she can't do anything. So it's like you said, she's literally at this point useless, and it's true. She did like towards the end of the episode when she was like, "I'm not coming," and I was like, "Thank God, you would have got yourself fucking killed. You
I
literally can't defend yourself."
I'm gonna tell you something. I was watching that part where she and Grog sort of say goodbye to each other, and I ain't gonna lie, I got some real feels out of that little scene
Oh
right
yeah,
there. I was like, I cannot believe y'all just did all of that ghost, that race stuff and all that murder, and y'all gonna make me have some real feels right now.
oh yeah.
I was deep into it. I was like, man, no, Pike, you can't be leaving him, because Grog was seriously unhappy, and I was
Yeah,
like,
because
no,
it's something's clear that their backstory is like really intertwined. I'm talking about like deeply intertwined.
yeah.
Probably like she saved his life or
Hmm.
vice. Well, I think it's more of she did something to help
I
him.
think
Cause
they've clearly been adventuring together for a while, and like a cleric and a freaking barbarian together would wreck shop, by
oh
themselves,
yeah, oh yeah, oh
So,
she'll just keep healing a fucking. Oh yeah, oh shit.
I'm telling you, I was not prepared for that level of like actual depth of feeling within the show. This show is very funny. It's extremely funny.
Oh
And
yeah.
there's a lot of action and everything like that. But the level of like real feeling there, I was extremely impressed. Was not expecting that out of this show.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so we went on to the next episode, episode Fate's Journey. So at the end of the previous episode 4, they are more or less try to escape, and I love like how they go to like the shop, the magic guy's shop, and just to meet, like, for some stupid reason they thought they could just touch anything. It's like Harry Potter walking through the forbidden section, just randomly grabbing stuff. But I tell you what, that shopkeeper, he is hilarious, and I kind of love the way he's a real NPC in the way that you find out more about the characters thanks to the
Oh yeah.
NPCs interaction. Like every episode I watch, I'm watching a very experienced dungeon master play out a story, and
Yeah.
it's hella entertaining, man.
Yeah, instead of making stuff implied, where we're like, oh, it's clear that the rogue and the druid like each other. The NPC, like, because the thing about it is when you're playing D&D out of game, it's all we all know what's going on, but the characters in game don't know. And like you
Yeah.
said, the clearly the dungeon master remembers that, so he like points it out. Like the NPC is
Mhm.
like, oh, someone's keeping a secret, and it's like, the druid and like what's the name is Vex and
Vex and
Vac.
Vax. Vax is the brother.
Yeah, Vax clearly likes trying to remember.
Yeah, we'll remember their names
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, he clearly likes her. It's
Yeah.
quite obvious. Of course. It's like, because this is literally what I would do if I was going to, like, I know I'm about to fight like a necromancer with undead shit and a vampire. Oh, remember, it actually reminds me of our campaign. Remember, we're like, what can we do with holy water? Give us like a gallon of this shit.
Like, I blessed the hell out of this water. Oh, this is all
Can
I
we
got.
just get like a gallon of water, just
Yeah.
take it to like a cleric and just bless it?
And I loved how they were just like, all right, we did our thing, and they came up, they get in the cart and they go on to the place. Now, of course, as soon as they cross over into this kingdom, it's all like murky, and like it's just the atmosphere, and it feels, like I said, it feels like if you've ever played any kind of horror based D&D, it
Yeah.
feels like that. And that this awful town, and there's the hanging tree and all these other things, and the again, a skilled necromancer, the fucking undead. I don't think they're giants. They might have been ogres or trolls or something, but just the giant undead.
They're giants.
They're
Because
giant.
remember,
Okay, they might.
remember the
Yeah.
part where he was just like, "Do you know how to speak giant?" And
Oh,
he's
right,
like,
right.
"What? You want me to just go up there and talk to him?" And real quick, I do want to talk about. Remember when those wolves captured the gnome bard?
Oh yes,
Remember how?
scan. Oh
Remember
my
how?
god.
I think that it was torture. He was like, "Oh, ooh!" I was like, "What?"
I just want, like I said, and I was going to say this later, but man, Scanlan that's my favorite person in the entire show. He is my favorite person in the entire show. That guy is getting the absolute best material from the writers. He
Oh
said
my goodness.
he says that he gets to say the funniest things. He gets this. I mean, he's like, oh, I'm a snack. I'm like, he's like, he's like, I wouldn't last in prison. I'm a snack.
And what I like the most about him, he's so unexpected. Every time when it looks like, oh, he's done, he fucking pulls a rabbit out of his hat. Like he is literally he is the perfect bard. Because that's what a bard is. Dick Bard is a extremely skilled person that looks unskilled. Like you'll think, oh man, the part where the carriage fell off. They're like, oh, he's dead. No, he's not dead. It's just it's so, and I'm just like, this guy right here, when he has his pop off moment, it is going to be amazing.
He's a freaking rock star. Is what it is. But the other thing I kind of liked about that whole like sequence, where they're camping out, and he's just trying out random magic, and then he even ends up turning to this tall female version of himself. He's like, I'm fucking hot. That's what I'm talking about. This is man, I love that character so
He was
much.
like, hey, he said, how did I end up so fucking hot?
Oh man, that's it. That whole episode, just Grog being mad that the rebels didn't have any ale or anything. Just like all that little stuff.
Am I in hell? Man, and like in episode 6, this was clearly, and I just love how they kept it in the show, clearly showing that they were rolling ones.
Yeah.
Like the part where he's trying to open the door, he's like,
what did they call? What they call
doors from hell?
Yeah, right. What they call them, the back door group or something like.
Yeah, the back door group.
And of course, when you think about it, look who's in it. It's fucking Percival. And then you had Vax, and you had fucking Scanlan, and I'm like,
I also like how
you're right. They all rolled ones, like,
and like how Vax. I mean, for first was like, I'm gonna find the window. I fell from the window. Like,
and you can literally see that finally. The dungeon master was like, I'm just gonna fudge this. All right,
yeah,
somebody opens the door.
Somebody
opens the door.
I just love it.
Just super fun. So, but then it proceeds into the jail escape. We meet like a couple of like clearly people that they're gonna have to fight later. The guy who he's running the whole little prison situation, and then and the other dude that's sent in there to kind of torture Percy's old friend, who looked like a badass dwarf. I took me a second. I was like, oh, he's a badass dwarf. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Which I think is really cool about this show is that we've been seeing a lot of different races within here. It's not just been only humans. You see a lot of different races. We even saw, even in the 4th episode, I feel like we saw, might have been a half orc guy as one of the guardsmen. So I was like, okay, it's really cool that they're leaning into that. But the whole prison break is, that was a fun, extremely violent time. So many of the rebels died. But and of course, our guys, they kicked ass and everything. But we got to talk about Percy and his little crazy shadow, whatever hell, mist murdering of that guy. Um,
Holy shit.
I mean, no, I'm not kidding. I was just like, this fucking thing turned. It really changed tone immediately. As soon as he started stalking this guy down,
Yeah.
as soon as you saw those glasses flash, I was like, oh shit, it's on now. Because in
Oh
anime,
yeah, I already
if
knew that
if
dude
a
was
man's
gone. I already knew that dude was
if a
dead.
man's glasses flash, if he got glasses on, first of all, he's badass. Second of all, if them shits flash in the light, I was like, oh, you dead, you extra dead. And oh man, the way he executed that guy was savage.
Man,
Like,
listen. Ooh. But honestly, I don't want to say I can't blame him, but it is true. He basically put the rest of the team in danger for his own little vendetta. And like that, bro, what is that thing? Is that like is it because it has to be? It's like it has to be chaotic energy. Like it's
I
not.
don't know. It's
I
hard to
don't even
call.
think it's.
I wanted to say he had a cursed gun, kind of like the Black Knight's sword, and
But
that
I don't
it's
even think
cursed.
it's that. I don't think it's that because remember when he was running away, like I think in episode 3, it showed like a. It wasn't a nick. This is not like this is necromancy or anything. This was like a chaotic spirit latched onto him
Hmm.
in his rage. So I think he got like some chaotic spirit upon him because
There's definitely something because that as soon as he killed that guy, it's his name disappeared off that gun. So either there's a spirit inhabiting the gun or some kind of maybe he's getting power as long as he's seeking vengeance or something like that, or it wants souls. There's something quite dark, I'd say possibly evil going on with that gun and his
yeah,
connection to it. So we don't know. That's the beauty of this is that again, this feels like a really well constructed Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and they're kind of setting all that stuff up and revealing a lot of stuff about these people's past. So I don't know. I love this. God dang it, I love this show. This show is
yeah, I
just
love this show.
it is just so it scratches. If you've been wanting to play D&D and you haven't had a chance, this will scratch that. Well, if anything, it'll probably be like giving crack to a crackhead if I have to say. But
Yeah,
it really does kind of scratch that itch. You just like I feel like I'm sitting here at over somebody's shoulder watching them roll dice at the table, and it's so satisfying.
yeah, it is. This is probably like when it comes to like D&D,
Hmm.
I cannot like just cannot explain how well this show is written. If you are not a D&D player, you can't it's you'll have to either watch someone play or you because it will make the show even better because you can clearly tell if someone rolled something. It's like the part where she was looking at the book and was like, oh, I know that one word means ziggurat, but hey, I fell asleep in the rest of
Yeah,
my class. Yeah, she probably wrote like a 10, you
yeah,
know what I mean, or something. She did, if she wrote a 20, she'll know how to read the book or
right,
something. You
right.
know what I mean? It just shows, and it's like because, and I'm like just to tell people if you're watching the show, expect some characters to do shit that you are like, how is that possible? Because they rolled a 20.
Yeah,
Like, what's the guy's name? The barbarian.
grog. Yeah,
One day, Grodd is going to say something extremely intelligent, and it's just going to be out of nowhere. It's because he rolled a 20. And he'll be like, oh, he'll be like, oh, well, when I was a kid, I used to watch somebody do engineering or some
yeah.
shit like that. Because remember that happened to me in one of the campaigns. One of my characters, she rolled like a net 20 on an engineering check, and like the dungeon master was like, "Man, you know everything about this place."
Yeah, that's. I think it's like I said, this show's great. I love it. I I guess they're gonna be doing 3 every Friday, so I don't know how much longer we have with this show. Maybe
Hmm.
one more Friday. That makes me sad. Not gonna lie. I would like to have watched this every Friday for another month and a half. But you know what? If it's gonna finish up, next Friday or maybe the Friday after that, that'll be awesome. We can definitely chop it up about that. in the future. So that's our thoughts about this show, Vox Machina, episodes 4 through 6. So what did you guys think about the episodes, and what do you think about our comments? Please get down to the comment section. Let us know what you're thinking. Of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. We can talk about this show, speculate, and just generally nerd out over this this very nerdy show. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks for joining us. Come back next week when we review the next batch of episodes from Vox Machina. Until then, I've been Mo De Poupe, your resident fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Lottie. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.